You're listening to Redneck.
Oh my god, Kimbo.
What's good, fam? It's your boy Kosher Nostra coming back at you guys with another one. Alright guys, so you got your Jordan 1 Gatorade things out the box and they look like this. Alright, and you want them to look something like this. So without further delay, let's get into how to lace these things up. Alright guys, after you verify your laces are the same length, which these were relatively close, start by going from side to side. It's not rocket science, but just make sure your lace lies flat. That is the key. I will say that staring down at these things like this, I don't know if it's my shirt, but they are starting to look more and more green to me. I felt like they were yellow. Now I'm starting to feel some kind of way, fam. Alright guys, now we're really getting to the decision moment, okay? We're on our sixth. I just popped out the sixth aglet, which is going to be your lace hole on the side for those that are not familiar with terminology, okay? Now you have the option of lacing it through this hole in the tongue, which if you pull it through, you lace it through, it's going to pull out the back, feed it through the back, then feed it through this other side. Do the same with the other. Now again, this is not a must. You've got options. You don't have to necessarily feed it through there. If you don't, your tongue's going to be this is going to restrict your tongue a little bit more it's going to give it a little bit more stability. If you don't, your tongue's going to be flopping around a little bit more, especially if you're not wearing pants or something that's, that's going to... See, I like how it looks. To me, the tongue on the Jordan 1 is suspect. It doesn't have anything holding it until you get all the way down here. So it's gonna go whichever way it wants to go. With this shoe, it really wants to dip in that way. So this is, just one way to provide a little bit more stability to that tongue. Kind of train it to do what you want it to do. Alright guys, so option 1, really pretty self-explanatory from this point. You're going to want to feed it into that 7th aglet, which is going to be the second to last, and just pop out of that aglet, find your length, find whatever length suits you in terms of how much you want to let that hang. Okay? Now, of course, you don't want it hanging all the way to the point where you're stepping on it, but find that length. Put your shoe on. If you rock your shoe and you notice it's pulling your laces out, keeps pulling, okay? You can always tie a tiny little knot in your lace, just a little loop, feed it through the loop, and that should solve that problem. I don't think it looks too bad really, if you let that shoe work some of that looseness out itself, and you wear it like that, that's similar, but you just barely got the laces hanging out. And I like how that, I really like that look with that little bit of lace popping out. You know, it catches the eye. That little bit of orange on the lace tips breaks up some of that monotony that you got going on with just this one color across the sneaker. You know, so again, let them hang a little lower. You know, let them hang real low. Of course, you'll have to work some of that. You know, or don't let them hang at all. Just expose them. You know, and wearing the shoe and taking a handful of steps, you can work that lace out to where you don't just have a bunch of floppiness hanging out there at the top. All right. Okay, so guys, another option from the shoe is, let's take what we did, unlace that lace. So we're not going to feed it through that top lace, okay? Pull it back through that sixth aglet, or excuse me, the seventh aglet. Feed it from the inside to the outside, okay? So basically just do exactly how it was before, but just feed it from the other side. Instead of feeding it from the outside to the inside, we're going to do vice versa. We're going to go inside to outside. Again, make sure everything's sitting straight. Alright. Okay. Take those, wrap around your finger. Alright, kind of work your finger out. Poking the lace. There we go. Now just feed those right through there. Just pull that up. It's kind of like almost like a lazy bow tie, right? Just pull it up. And you can just let it sit like that, you know? Show you that again. And really, I would probably try to work a little bit more of that length out. Okay. Let's show you one more time. Just take the two laces, now bring them together. Alright. Wrap it once around your finger. Okay. Let's get that a little tighter. Wrap it once around your finger. Start to slide it off your finger. Now take that top, feed it through that loop that you've created, that you just pulled your little finger out of. Feed it through there. Try not to poke the lace like I'm doing. Try to keep everything nice and uniform, alright? Almost like a bow tie. Let's see. So now you got that. Pretty clean look. Kind of almost like a lace lock. I'm sorry, pulled it right off the screen for you guys. Almost like a lace lock. And again, the way I ran it the first way, it was much shorter. We had about half that length. So you can work your length out of it. I didn't do the best job of keeping my knot uniform. It's kind of poked out a little bit. I'll show you one more time, okay? I'll show you how you can work more or less distance out. Nothing simple. It's kind of almost like the concept for a dead stock loop. You're just not going all the way there. You're getting lazy with it. Alright. So take them, bring them together. Take one of your fingers. This is a weird angle for me, so I might mess this up. Just wrap it around your finger. Okay. See, it's wrapped around my finger. Now just feed it through that loop at the top. Slide your finger out. Try to keep that whole, keep the shape of that. Slide it through. Now if you just, I've got it slid through right now, alright? If you just pull right now, you're gonna end up with a lot less length. If you wanna work some of that length out, go back up here to the top. Push some of that length out, okay? We're not gonna do too much. Alright, we'll just leave it just like that. And then just grab it, bam, pull it nice and tight. So that came out a little, see how that's uniform, it came out much neater. Bam. And especially with the little accents on your lace tips, I think that's a pretty cool look. Pretty dope look. And different from lace option 1. You know, it's a little closer to tied, but it's not your full-on bunny ear style, which I can show you how to do that and call that a style, but to me, y'all know how to tie your shoes, you know? We're just showing you how to lace them and giving you some different options at the end. And I think, you know, saying I give you 3 styles and one of them being bunny ears, that's a little lazy.